My dear viewers, hello and welcome to a new episode of our program, Cultural Magazine, during which we're going to bring you the latest cultural events that are taking place in Egypt. So stay tuned.
The Egyptian Academy of Fine Arts in Rome has launched its new cultural season entitled Egypt, Italy, Culture and Civilization Shared Horizons. Under the patronage of the Minister of Culture, Dr. Ines Abdidaim, an opening ceremony was held to launch the cultural season. The ceremony was attended by a number of Egyptian and Arab diplomats and cultural advisors. Abdidaim said that the Egyptian Academy of Arts is one of the most important bridges of communication between Egypt and Italy and a golden gateway for Egyptian creativity to cross into Europe. She explained that the new cultural season sheds light on the similarities between Egyptian and Italian culture and arts. Celebrating Port Said as the capital of Egyptian culture, an exhibition was launched showcasing historical documents related to the founding of Port Said and the Suez Canal. Documentary film about Port Said city was presented, revealing the historical importance of the city, its most important landmarks, and showcasing the Italian influence on urbanization in some neighborhoods of the city. The opening ceremony was concluded with performances by the Port Said troupe for folklore.
احنا صحيح اوطان لكننا وطن ما هزمناش الزمان هزمنا احنا الزمن احنا صحيح اوطان لكننا وطن ما هزمناش الزمان.
Minister of Culture Dr. Ines Abdidaim and the President of the Cairo Opera House, Dr. Magdi Sober, launched the activities of the 30th edition of the Arab Music Festival and Conference. The festival this year is dedicated to the souls of the two musicians Gamal Salema and Abdou Daghir, who passed away. The festival was held in the presence of artist and director of the festival and conference, Dr. Jihan Morsi, at the Fountain Theater, which has been amended to fit this huge event. The opening ceremony began with the minister's speech, followed by the president of the Opera House and the director of the festival. About 19 personalities who have contributed to enriching artistic life in Egypt and the Arab world are honored during the festival events. These figures include poets, musicians, instrumentalists, singers, and researchers in the art and cultural sectors from Egypt as well as other Arab countries. The ceremony includes 2 films about the late musician Gamal Salama and musician Abdou Dagher, and another documentary reviewing the history of the festival in 30 years, prepared by the editing studio at the Opera House.
متحضرة متعلمة ذات النداء تحمل حماه بلاد رسالات السماء الأم والأمة والبركة في اللمة والقوة في الهمة يا أمة العرب.
It is noteworthy that the 30th edition of the Arab Music Festival and Conference continues for 15 consecutive days at the various opera venues in Cairo, Bahira Governorate and Damanhur Opera, and at the Biblioteca Alexandria, which hosts concerts for the first time, including 33 concerts. These concerts take place with the participation of a variety of artists from 10 Arab countries: Egypt, Lebanon, Morocco, Saudi Arabia, Iraq, Syria, Tunisia, Palestine, Jordan, and Oman.
على أجراس الكنايس فوق فوق بتدق وتنور ضباب الليل.
Back to Egypt exhibition is a Brazilian collection of photographs through the past 150 years. Brazil was an independent monarchy, and the Brazilian head of state, Emperor Dom Pedro II, came on his first visit to Egypt. He traveled to Egypt twice in his lifetime, in 1871 and 1876, when he visited the most important cities and places in the country. On his travels, he collected more than 500 photographs of Egypt, which are part of the collection he named after his wife, Dona Teresa Cristina Maria. Today, under the guard of the National Library Foundation in Rio de Janeiro, the collection has entered the UNESCO's Memory of the World Record. During travel, the emperor kept a diary and produced hundreds of texts, also recognized by UNESCO. In the celebration of the 150th anniversary of Dom Pedro II, first trip to Egypt, he said that he has had the honor of presenting for the first time to the Egyptian public the exhibition Back to Egypt, a Brazilian collection of photographs with more than 90 high-resolution prints of the emperor's photographs in the 19th century Egypt. This is a joint initiative of the Embassy of Brazil in Cairo and the Ministry of Culture, working together and cooperating to promote art and culture.
The Cairo Opera House plays a significant role in the cultural movement that is taking place in Egypt, so stay tuned.
Aida is an opera in 4 acts by Giuseppe Verdi, set in the Old Kingdom of Egypt. It was commissioned by Cairo's Khedivial Opera House and had its premiere there on the 24th of December 1871 in a performance conducted by Giovanni Botticini. After premiering in Egypt and Milan, Aida premiered in many countries starting from 1873, such as Argentina, United States, Germany, Spain, Austria, and Poland, among numerous other countries.
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله
اللهم رب هذه الدعوة التامة والصلاة القائمة آت سيدنا محمدا الوسيلة والفضيلة والدرجة الرفيعة وابعثه اللهم المقام المحمود الذي وعدته وصلى الله وسلم على سيدنا مولانا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين.
So I have to say that Opera Aida is the link between the Egyptian and Italian culture, and is our symbol of the friendship, not only culture but even mentally, of the two big countries as Egypt and Italy. And it's a long time that we are performing regularly this big opera, but this time is very special because we are at front of the opera in a very beautiful stage with a new decor, and unluckily we have to make only 2 acts because you know that we have to leave the opera at 9 o'clock. But in these 2 acts, all the story of Radames and Amneris and Aida is shown as it is a complete opera. And of course, in my memory, when we start to make Aida, it was something so extraordinary. And each time we are performing, it's always a pleasure and an honor to be part of this big opera.
As the Khedive of Egypt was a great lover of European culture, he decided to produce an opera commemorating the inauguration of both the Suez Canal and the Cairo Opera House. He then asked French Egyptologist Auguste Marit to write this opera script based on intense research of Egypt's ancient history.
It is true, and it was written actually for our old Khidewi opera house. Unfortunately, they didn't succeed to perform it at that moment, but it was written for this, and it's a great opera that is performed all over the world, really, and it is so popular and loved. This is the dream of all singers. I've lived abroad in France for my PhD in Paris for 5 years, and I had the chance to sing abroad. But of course, Aida is something that represents us as Egyptians. So I would be very proud to perform it abroad. About the participation, actually, the rehearsals, we started a long time ago, although it is an opera that we've performed many times before, but also a grand opera, and we have to prepare very well for our voice trainings, for the groups of choir and ballet. It is a big job, and we are so happy that we received Maestro Elio Arciulo from Italy. So since he arrived a few weeks ago, we started our training with him, and before him also we had Ursula and David Delisante from Italy and from Switzerland for our training before the conductor arrived. So it is a big job, and it needs really a lot of preparation and to be completely in shape and by heart. And so it is a pleasure for singers, really.
Di Vulcano al tempio, ovvio guerrier, e sacri armi ti cingi alla vittoria, vola. Su del Nilo sacro Lido, a torrenti ti fieroi, laudi cor prova il grido, guerra e morte allo stranier, gloria e lumi, ogni ornamenti.
Aida tells the story of forbidden love between the Egyptian leader Radames and the beautiful Nubian princess Aida. The plot is based on a true story found in papyrus and rewritten by French Egyptologist Auguste Marit.
Here we have an Italian conductor, Elio Orciolo, an Italian Radames. So even this, and of course our biggest Aida is the Dottorina Mustafa. And so we have even in the cast of singers and performers, as the maestro, the director of the orchestra, a link between Egypt and Italy. And this, I think, it's very important.
A professional singer can sing in any language. For example, I sang Rusalka in Czech, and also I sang in Brazilian, in Russian. But in this case, we cannot be fluent in all those languages, but we have to have a real training with someone professional on how to pronounce, and also the meanings, the explanations, the background of this opera or this aria. So I've sung in many languages, but I'm fluent in 3.
Aida is one of the 20 most performed operas worldwide. The Metropolitan Opera in New York City has presented this opera more than 1,100 times since it's premiered in New York on November 26, 1873, making it the company's second most frequently performed opera. Aida is a timeless story of love and betrayal. It features what's bigger than a life story in an exotic world. It is a roller coaster of emotions told through Verdi's powerful music. Shuruq Bikir, Culture Magazine.
The Egyptian state is keen on preserving heritage, and especially the Ministry of Culture. Heritage because Egypt is the land of civilization, the land where everything have started.
Under the title Wahhabiyat, a musical concert was held at the Cairo Opera House, specifically at the Arab Music Institute Theater, performed by the Arab Music Heritage Band. A selection of musical compositions and songs by the legend Muhammad Abdul Wahab, conducted by the maestro Farouk al-Babli, were performed by Cairo Opera House singers and members of Arab Musical Heritage Band, and they are Ahmed Gamal, who sang بلاش تبوسني or Don't Kiss Me, عندما يأتي المساء or When the Evening Comes, and من قد إيه كنا هنا or How Long Have We Been Here. Then the beautiful singer Noha Hafiz came in with a variety of songs. Among them are Madnaq or Unfeebled and Al Bahabbu or Yes I Love Him. After a short break, the singer Ahmed Mohsen sang a group of songs such as الليل لما خلي or When the Night is Gone, قلبي بيقول لي كلام or My Heart Says Words to Me. The concert lasts for more than 2 hours and a half, and the audience enjoyed the fine authentic art of the musical band by the leader conductor Farouk al-Babli. The musicians played the piece of music بلد المحبوب and إليها at the beginning of every break, and not to mention the experienced chorus who amused the audience. That lovely night was in one of the most beautiful theaters of Egypt, Opera House, at the Arab Music Institute Theater. The National Arab Music Band is a musical band that revived the heritage of the classic art. It was founded in 1989 under the leadership of Dr. Atib Al-Hifni and the conductor Salim Sahab. The band attracted the audience attention towards the value of Arab music heritage. The Heritage Band is one of Ministry of Culture bands which is conducted by famous maestros like Farouk El-Babli and Dr. Mohammed El-Mogi. The Heritage Band performed its very first concerts at Arab Music Institute Theater in 2004. The Heritage Band specializes in preserving and reviving Egypt's classic art, in addition to its participation to a variety of international festivals that amuse the audience from all over the world.